What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today's project is installing or relocating the washer fluid reservoir on 4runner. So 4runner is a 4th gen 4runner, and as you can see here, I've been rubbing right here, even though I shaved it, back as far as I can. When I'm fully flexed, these are 35-inch tire. When I'm fully flexed, the tire rubs right here, as you guys can see right here. That's from rubbing plastic melting. But yeah, so it's finally leaking. After all this time, it finally ate through just enough to start leaking washer fluid. So you guys can see right there, it's just been slowly dripping. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do today. This job's gonna have to get done eventually anyway. So these are 35-inch tires. And my goal, once these are worn out, is that I'm going to switch over to 37s. So I'm definitely going to need more clearance up front. So that is what I'm doing. I got a little cheap universal washer fluid tank. This is from Amazon. I thought the tank's going to be a little bit bigger, but it's fine, I guess. If I were to guess, I think this thing holds like 1.5 quarts. I don't think it's going to be an issue for me. Some people, they use the washer fluid a lot to clean their windshield. I don't. When I do use it, I just tap it just to get the windshield wet and let the wiper do the cleaning. So I think it'll be fine for me. Either way, I always have water on board anyway. So if I run out and need to clean the windshield, I can just refill it with water. But yeah, let's get to it. Normally, there's a shield right here, splash shield. That's already been removed to clear the tires. And so I just need to unbolt this plastic, I guess like a rock shield, like, protects it from rock chips and stuff. Just got to remove that. I think it's only 110 mil bolt up there. And then, yeah, it shouldn't be much to get it off. I already got the top piece off. This is the filler neck, I guess. You just undo this clip right here, and then it just pulls off. So I already got that off. And then also, the 4th gen has a front washer pump and then a rear washer pump. The rear, I'm not going to use the rear. The wiper blade sucks in the rear anyway, so I'm just going to leave it not working. But for the front washer pump, that's the front pump right here. So the wire's already been disconnected. So I'm just going to tap into that and feed power. This tank comes with a harness. I'm just going to use the harness part that plugs in, the pigtail, I guess you could call it. And then this is the pump. And so I'm just going to tap into the factory harness, and then it goes into this pigtail, and then you just feed this pump. That way, the washer is still going to work off of the windshield switch. So let's get to it. All right, so there's one bolt up here. It's hard to put the light on it. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. And just a 10 mil. Make it easier, you can take the tire off, but I'm not going to do that. And the shield should be almost ready to come off, or maybe you can just take it off with the shield one. I'm not sure. We'll find out, I guess. And then there's the bolt up here. I guess before I do that, I'm gonna drain the tank into this container. All right, so it's done draining. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this rear washer pump. Then the harness is just right here. Just like that. I'm gonna take the tank off now. Just like that, and the tank comes out. And that is going in the trash. Alright, and then once you get that last piece off, you come up here in the engine bay. These are the washer hose right here. And there's another clip down here. You want to undo that. I think in this case, I'm just going to break it. I don't plan to reuse it. It's like so, and then these are the washer lines. So for me, this one is for the rear, because the rear, the connector popped off. So this is for the rear, this is for the front. I'm just gonna follow that up. It goes to here, so you're looking at it like this, it'll be the right side. And I'm just gonna disconnect it right here. Like that, just like so. And then for the rear, it's going to pop this off and leave the connector, so I know which one's which. So next step is figuring out where I'm going to put the washer. It came with a bracket. This is the bracket. I'm just going to mount it right here, just like so. So it's got to find a spot to put this bracket. Which way does this go? Oh, like that. Alright, so I went ahead and mounted the bracket. As of right now, I just have I'm using 2 self-tapping screws. We'll see how that holds up. If it causes any problem, I'll put some nut certs in there. I don't have any nut certs right now, so that's why I'm using self-tappers. But nut certs is basically, if you have a hole, it's a sleeve that you put in there, and you use a special tool to pull the sleeve, and it gives it threads right there. Basically, it's like a big insert. Like, I don't know, like a 1/4 inch or something. It creates a better bond for when you have thin metal. So that's what I have right now. So the tank's gonna go on like this, just like so. And then now I'm gonna make sure the hood will actually close. So yeah, it's mounted. It feels pretty sturdy. We'll see how it goes. I may have to put nut certs in it later, but now it's a test to make sure the hood will close without smacking the bottle. And it does. So it's fine just like that. So the hood will close. So we're good there. Now it's to do the wiring. So take that back off. Find the front wiper hose, which is this one. It's going to pop it on here. And then for the rear, I'm just going to leave it like this. If it gets annoying later, then I can just cut it back so that it's not in the way. But I gotta find the wiring for the pump now. Alright, so this little harness right here came off of the original washer tank reservoir. This plug goes into here, and then this 2 wires goes on here, and this goes to the rear washer pump, and then that plugs into the factory harness. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna plug that. I'm gonna use this side, cut off this pigtail, just like this, and then strip this back. And then from here, I made a little harness like this. It's gonna go in here, like so. Plug this into the car, and then this into the pump. So doing electrical work, I like using these non-insulated butt connectors. The main reason why is because they're slim, and also because they bite the wires a lot stronger than the regular butt connectors. The regular butt connectors, you just never know how strong it's biting, and then they tend to pop off. So I've been doing it this way for years now, and never had any problem. Well, there was one issue for these non-insulated butt connector. I buy these off of Amazon, but I ran into one brand that was just crappy. It wasn't the butt connector itself was too thin, and it tends to slide off the wires. But yeah, I threw those away, and I chose a different brand. So wire non-insulated butt connectors, and then I like using heat shrink. So black to black. Red to red. And slide the heat shrink on. And then this is a Milwaukee cordless heat gun. Just like that. And then feed this wire down. And then it'll go down here, and then you just plug it into the factory harness. I don't know if it's going to show well on camera. Like slow, it clicked. Come back up here. Pull the wire tight, and then before I clamp these on, I just want to do a test, make sure the colors are correct, or polarity is correct. So red to red, black to black, and then I'm just going to go in the vehicle and attempt to spray it. Yep, it works. And now to make these wires kind of permanent, I'm just going to route it a little bit better right behind the engine harness. Or not engine harness, the body harness. just like that, and kind of gauge how long of the wires I need, because I don't need the full length that they gave me with the pigtail. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit. Just like that. Strip these back a little bit. Get some more heat shrink. Slide the heat shrinks on. Actually, I'm gonna heat shrink these two wires too, so they're not separated. Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and shrink these two down. Two more heat shrink. And then these are just going to be individually heat shrink. So black to black. And red to red. Slide the heat shrink on. Alright, and then I'm just going to zip tie it up. Zip tie the wire to the body harness so it's just not flopping around. Well, that's it. Zip ties all the wires out of the way so they're not loose and flopping around. And I verified again, make sure the washer's working. So, everything's good. So I'm all done here. And I think this kit, there's a lot of things on my mind, so it's hard for me to remember anything. But I spent like $16 on this kit, just straight from Amazon. I'll link it down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything, so. But yeah, it works out. Like I said, it holds like It's about half the capacity of the factory size. That's more than enough for me and probably for most guys anyway. We tend to not use the washer as much as the females, but yeah. So I'm done for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again next time.